Today's best music, Magic 89.9305 on this Thursday. You know, it doesn't really get as good as it is right now because, you know, you get Archuleta come to the show, he walks out, not even 5 minutes later, David Cook walks in. David.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy? Man, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say the same things a little bit that I said to Archuleta earlier, that you guys are so huge here.
Oh, man.
And
I'm learning.
Well, I mean, it's been a year, right?
Yeah. It's been a crazy year to say the very least, and you know, it's been kind of interesting to watch everything back home kind of even out a little bit. You know, we've been out. I know we've both been out on the road for a while now, and then you know, we've been looking forward to this date for a while, and then to get out here and to see just this mass of people going nuts for us being here. It's very cool, very uplifting. So.
Let me ask you that though. Before you joined Idol, did you travel around the world a lot, or did enlighten me here?
Well, no. I lived in Middle America and just kind of played a few shows a month, and I remember I got really excited a few years back because the band that I was playing with at the time, we went from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Hillsdale, Michigan.
All right.
And that was like the big thing. Like, we drove 13 hours. The idea of playing in the Philippines was just all over the place.
Okay, so there you go. So you're traveling around the world now, and maybe, I mean, your first experiences in these countries like ours, or different continents and stuff like that, whole country knows your name, man. Millions and millions of people. We're 82 million people or 85 million people here. I guarantee you 97, 98% of people know who you are.
That's unreal.
That's a whole country, brother.
So,
I mean, it must be such a, I mean, if you can just explain to us, commoners, people who are big fans of yours, what it's like to go from, in 1 year, to go from that to just this.
You know, really, for me, it's been the equivalent of like you're sitting in a car that's not moving.
Yeah.
And then you blink your eye and you're in like the fastest jet imaginable. And it's just I'm still like mentally playing catch up with everything. And so yeah, I mean, it's definitely the biggest change you could possibly imagine.
And the effect you have on people, Mr. Cook, when you walked into this booth, you made people nervous, myself included.
Why?
You made heartbeats faster here. You know, it's weird because, again, I told this to Archuleta earlier. I've interviewed, being in this business for quite some time, I've interviewed all the biggest stars, and we have not seen us as a station prepare like this for the both of you. Wow. I've not received so many phone calls in my life for tickets to this concert that you guys are going to have on Saturday. The effect you have on people must be really something that's hard to grasp as well.
I'll tell you what, to watch people react the way that they have towards not only me, but really, I mean, towards American Idol, it's humbling. You know, it's very humbling to think of where I was at 2 years ago, and then I by some weird turn of events, I make it onto this TV show that's this international phenomenon, and then, you know, to travel to where we've traveled and to have people say the things that they've said to us. Some of the nicest things I've ever been said or ever been told have been by complete strangers.
Right.
That is one of the most unnerving, but one of the most humbling things that I think I've ever experienced in my life.
Gotcha. And speaking of the show, was there another venue you were willing to take if you didn't use the American Idol venue to get into this industry?
Man, you know, I spent 10 years trying to get people to pay attention and trying to get people to listen to my music, and so I was to the point where I would have taken any avenue. You know? That's right. I'll pay anybody off, whatever I got to do. So.
Well, you're here, and you're well deserved here. David Cook on the show. I was watching a YouTube file here, YouTube video, and one of your concerts in the U.S., you mentioned about your song Avalanche first being played here in the Philippines. Yep. How'd you find out about that? Do you have friends that listen to the radio here in the country, or what's going on?
I have I have a MySpace, and and I remember just getting barraged with emails from fans out here saying, you know, your song's being played out here. It's number whatever this week, and it ended up being number one, and you know, I got that info from fans, and so it's been really cool to kind of see how technology has kind of eliminated, you know, these miles and miles of ocean and landscape and all this stuff, and to where you have this immediate contact with fans all over the world. And so, you know, the fans here in the Philippines have been some of the most sincere and some of the most adamant that I've ever come across.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. All right. Speaking of contact with the fans, you don't mind? I mean, our phones are blowing up. You mind taking a call here?
Let's do it.
All right. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Veda.
Veda, you're on the show with David Cook here.
Hi.
Oh, hello, David Cook. I'm such a fan. My sisters and I are your fans.
Oh, thank you so much.
You got a question, love?
I want to ask you what Tagalog words have you learned so far?
Oh, what Tagalog? What Filipino words have you learned so far in the hours that you've been here?
Wow.
Have you picked up anything?
Well, I remember when I was on the show, Ramiel would call family and she would talk, and I would try to pick up on what she was saying, and I couldn't. But Salamat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've learned that so far. So
well,
I got that. So
yeah. Not bad.
Salamat for your phone call.
There you go.